Hello friends, welcome back to Learning Nails and Aesthetics, and now Cosmetology. YouTube seems to be having some issues. If you come across a video that says the content is currently not available or that the comments are turned off, just refresh the page. That should fix the problem. Also check out my other videos, the Milady Esthetics book, their Nails book, as well as their Foundations book, which is a companion to all of these books. So that one is definitely a must. Also has some fun videos, unboxing polishes and swatching things. Keep in mind, I am not AI, so mistakes will be made. We are in Chapter 11, Haircutting, Learning Objective number 7. Demonstrate 3 body positions to ensure healthier posture while creating a haircut. Demonstrate proper posture and body positions. Be aware of your posture, how you stand and sit, and body position, how you hold your body when cutting hair. As a cosmetologist, you will spend many hours on your feet. Consider using a cutting stool and wearing proper footwear as preventative measures. Good posture and body position help you avoid future back, neck, shoulder, and wrist problems and ensure better hair cutting results. The correct body position will help you move more efficiently during the haircut and help you maintain more control over the process. Caution: back and wrist strain may result if correct body posture and hand position are not maintained while cutting. Body position: ensure your body posture and position are correct to avoid fatigue and injury, and to protect yourself and your clients. Consider the following. Position the client. Ensure your client is sitting up straight with legs uncrossed. Gentle reminders as the haircut progresses may be necessary. Move the client by turning the chair or raising and lowering the chair, whichever allows you to keep your body in the same place, or by ankling the client's chair so you can see what you are doing in the mirror. Center your weight. When working, keep your body weight centered and firm. When standing, keep your knees slightly bent rather than locked. Instead of bending at the waist, bend one knee if you need to lean slightly one way or the other. When sitting, keep both feet on the floor. Work in front of your section. Stand or sit directly in front of the area you are cutting and position your hands according to the cutting line. By doing this, you will automatically find yourself pivoting around the head shape during haircut. If you want to sit or stand in the same place or see what you are doing in the mirror, rotate the client's chair. Hand positions. Your hands must be positioned properly and ergonomically according to the type of haircut and hair cutting tool you are working with. Using these proper hand positions helps you do your best work while working efficiently. Did you know, to avoid fatigue and tension, your body should be kept erect throughout the service? Use your ergonomically manufactured chair to adjust the height of your customer. To ease leg and knee fatigue, consider opening your legs into a wider stance or bending at the knee. Cutting over the fingers. There are some situations where you will cut over your fingers or on top of your knuckles. This hand position is used most often when cutting uniform or increasing layers. Figure 11-83. Cutting below the fingers. When cutting a blunt cut or a heavier graduated haircut, it is customary to use a horizontal cutting line. In this case, cut below your fingers or on the inside of your knuckles. Figure 11-84. Cutting palm to palm. When cutting with a vertical or diagonal cutting line, cutting palm to palm is the best way to maintain control of the subsection, especially regarding elevation and over direction. Cutting palm to palm means the palms of both hands are facing each other while cutting. This is different from cutting on the tops of your fingers or knuckles. Cutting palm to palm also helps prevent back strain as you work. Figure 11-85 and 11-86. Cutting palm to palm, vertical cutting line. Cutting palm to palm, diagonal cutting line. Learning how to control your shears is important. Many techniques, such as shear over comb and point cutting, are difficult to learn and perform if you hold the shears improperly. Check in. What are 3 things you can do to ensure good posture and body position while performing a haircut? Learning objective number 8. Name 4 strategies for proper safety in haircutting. Safety in haircutting. When you're cutting hair, accidents can happen. Sweeping hair clippings up before your client leaves the styling chair helps prevent slipping. You will be handling sharp tools and instruments. Always protect yourself and your client by following the proper precautions. In some states, the law requires cosmetologists to wear closed-toed shoes to protect the feet in case tools are dropped. 1. Always palm the shears and the razor when combing or parting the hair. This keeps the points of the shears closed and pointed away from the client while combing and prevents you from cutting yourself or the client. Palming the shears also reduces strain on the index finger and thumb while combing the hair. 2. Do not cut past the second knuckle when cutting below your fingers or when cutting palm to palm. Tension of the hair is often less. You also risk cutting the skin past the second knuckle. 3. When cutting around the ears, take extra care not to accidentally cut the client's skin. Cuts on the ears can produce a lot of blood. 4. When working with a razor, learn with a guard. Never practice holding, palming, or cutting with a razor without a guard unless directed and supervised by your instructor. Take extra care when removing and disposing the razor blade. Discard used blades in a puncture-proof container. Focus on children's haircutting. Providing children's haircutting services can be the pathway to a long and prosperous career for any hairstylist. Here are some important details to consider before getting started. Make sure to have a child booster seat or cushion ready for the service. Proper draping is important and begins with capes in the correct sizes. Consider having children's books and toys in the waiting area and using them as a healthy distraction during the service. Caregivers may also have helpful items on hand. Haircutting clippers are designed for children. Haircutting clippers designed for children offer a safer experience by minimizing the chance of nicks and cuts to soft and sensitive skin. Other child-friendly tools include child-sized brushes and cutting combs. Greet the caregiver first and then allow the adult to introduce the child to you. Kneel down to the child's height when addressing them to help them feel comfortable. Be sure to smile. This provides security for both the child and the caregiver. The consultation is critical. More complicated haircuts may be reserved for children with more in-salon experience. Ask both the child and the caregiver what they are looking for in the final haircut. Use the consultation as a time to ask clients and parents about any sensitivity to sounds if using clippers. Show children the tools and clippers and let them feel the vibration to avoid startling them. Be flexible and patient during the cut. Some children may not be inclined to sit still for long periods. Take breaks as needed. Try to build rapport and have fun. Ask the child if they like their new haircut when it's done. Rebooking satisfied children is a great way to build lifelong clients. Their parents, caregivers, may also be interested in booking services for themselves based on the experience. It's a win-win. Check in. What are the 4 safety measures you should take to avoid injuring your client during a haircutting service? Learning objective number 9. Explain general haircutting techniques for any haircut. General haircutting techniques and tips. The following tips will be important for any haircut you perform. We've gathered a checklist to keep as reference. Always make consistent and clean partings, which places an even amount of hair in each subsection and produces more precise results. Ensure your lines and sections are clean and balanced. Take extra care when working at the crown and neckline, which sometimes have very strong growth patterns. Be very careful with the hair that grows around the ear or hangs over the ear in a finished haircut. Allow for the protrusion of the ear by keeping more weight in this area or cutting with minimal tension. Always use consistent tension. Maintain light tension by using the wide teeth of the comb and not pulling the subsection too tightly. If the head position is not upright or in the position dictated by the haircut, it may alter the amount of elevation and over direction. Maintain an even amount of moisture in the hair for even results in the finished cut. Always work with your guideline once it is established. If you cannot see the guideline, reduce the size of your subsection before cutting. Using a subsection that is too big can result in a mistake that may be too big to fix. If a mistake is made while using a smaller subsection, the mistake is also smaller and therefore easier to correct. Always cross-check the haircut. Cross-checking is parting the haircut in the opposite way that you cut it, at the same elevation, to check for line and shape precision. For example, if you use vertical partings in a haircut, cross-check the length with horizontal partings, figure 11-87. Use the mirror to see your elevation. You can also turn the client sideways if you can see, so you can see one side in the mirror while working on the opposite side. This helps create even lines and maintains visual balance while working. Check that both sides are even by standing in front of your client. You can also have them stand to check the balance. When cutting a stationary guide or over-directing, stand in front of your section and always over-direct toward your body, your stationary guide, or a predetermined point. This ensures balance and control. Hair color impacts hair cutting. When selecting a style for the client, consider existing color and color patterns as well as desired result. Color can give the illusion of length, density, or brightness. Always use a new razor with each cut so it's sharp. Sometimes you must replace the blade during a cut with coarse hair textures to ensure it is sharp enough to avoid frizz. Be mindful of your verbiage. Avoid saying women's cut or men's cut. Reference length instead of gender, as all genders can have long or short hair. Base price point on style, not gender. Consider whether your client wants their hair styled and the type of style requested. Cutting curly hair. It is important to understand how curly hair behaves after it is cut and dried. Although you can apply any cutting technique to curly hair, you may get different results when cutting straight hair. Curl pattern can range from slightly wavy to curly and tightly curled. Curly-haired clients may have fine, medium, or coarse textures with a density ranging from thin to thick, just like clients with straight hair. Consider all 3 things: density, texture, and curl pattern, along with face shape and desired result when making cutting decisions. Let us look at some haircuts and how they work on curly hair. In figure 11-88, Note how the hair appears stacked, even though it was cut with a blunt technique. Although the hair was not elevated, it appears graduated. Note how the graduated haircut's volume, figure 11-89, is above the ears. Hair shrinks as it dries, resulting in a weight line that has graduated itself even higher. In the next example, figure 11-90, note the round shape. This is a uniform layered cut on curly hair. Figure 11-89, a graduated haircut on curly hair. Figure 11-90, uniform layered haircut on curly hair. Curly hair cutting tips. Knowledge and experience are very important. Due to previous negative experience, such as cutting too short, wrong shape, and so on, curly clients can be hesitant if you lack the proper skills. Practice on real texture mannequins first to gain confidence before working on clients. Below are important tips to create the best haircut for curly textured hair clients. Remember that curly hair shrinks more than straight hair, anywhere from 1/2 inch to 2 inches or more, 1.25 to 5 centimeters. Always leave the length longer than the desired result. Curly hair can appear shorter after it dries because of a shrinking effect. The curlier the hair, the more it will shrink. For every 1/4 inch, 0.63 centimeters, you cut when your hair is wet, when the hair is wet, it will shrink up to 1 to 2 inches, 2.5 to 5 centimeters when dry, depending on the curl pattern. A shrinkage guide, wavy hair, 1% to 20%. Curly hair, 20 to 50%. Coily, zigzag coily, 50 to 90%. Maintain consistent hair dampness while cutting wet. Consider cutting textured hair when dry. This allows you to see how the hair naturally lives. Most clients have multiple curl types, so understanding the texture types and how they react helps you give the proper haircut. A shampoo service, wet or with dry shampoo, is still suggested before cutting. When drying the hair, use a diffuser and visually check the line for balance using your mirror. If precise length is desired, it is recommended for the curly hair to be straightened prior to cutting. To avoid cutting curly hair shorter than desired, use light to moderate tension and or the wide teeth of your comb when cutting, and do not stretch the hair as you cut it. Curly hair naturally graduates itself. If the shape you want to create has strong angles, you need to elevate less than when working with straight hair. Curly hair has more volume than straight hair when dry, even if it is fine with low density. This means you will generally need to leave lengths longer, which ultimately helps weigh the hair down and keeps the shape from ending up too short. In general, do not use a razor on curly hair that is fine or damaged. This weakens the cuticle and causes hair frizz. Choose your texturizing technique carefully. Consider avoiding the razor and work mostly with point cutting and freehand notching to remove bulk and weight. These techniques are discussed later in this chapter. Always consider density, texture, and the overall finished look before choosing to texturize the hair. Not all cuts need texture added because the natural hair already contains texture. Curly textured hair clients purchase 3 times the amount of product as other clients. Familiarize yourself with the best hair products to suit their needs. Focus on the big chop. The big chop is a haircut where the stylist cuts off all heat damaged, relaxed, or chemical treated hair on their client to enhance their natural texture. The consultation is critical when considering this haircut. Ask your client the following questions. Are you open to cutting off the relaxer by doing the big chop? Are you prepared to see yourself in a short cut? What silhouette or shape are you looking for in your new cut? Yes, be very careful with this. This picture, this lady looks amazing with super short hair, but not many women do. So be careful. Check in. Explain what it means to cross-check a haircut. How much can curly hair shrink when cutting? I hope this was helpful to you. We will continue Chapter 11 in the Milady Cosmetology book, Learning Objective number 10, perform the 4 basic haircuts in the next video. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And have a great day. Thanks. Bye.